What's up, everyone? So today is Monday, December 1st. So I'll be trading the Nasdaq like I always do. I'm pretty excited to be back on trading, to be honest, because I didn't trade Thursday, Friday. So I had like an extra long weekend because of Thanksgiving, obviously. But so the reason I waited till 10 a.m. is because there's 10 a.m. red folder news, which I really should know what it is off the top of my head. I forget what exactly it is. The ISM Manufacturing. So in like 7 seconds, we're gonna have a red folder news release. Hmm. Oh, and I marked out this was London and Asia high that were stacked. I feel like that was honestly a really clean draw, but it got taken already. So honestly, I wonder if I would have even gotten an entry to there. Yeah, because the thing is, the highest time frame gap here is just 3 minute, and this definitely would have break even me. You said, "Yo, Tim, morning man, what's up? Darky Knight, how are you? Happy to see you again." I still gotta pull up the TikTok chat. Forgot about that one. So, I mean, is there a 5 minute gap here? If this 5 minute gap opens up, I could honestly see myself basing a long off of that. Because at this point, I'm pretty much looking for continuation longs. Oh, I forgot to mention too. There's an SNT. I should honestly just I'll go from the high time frame down to be honest to explain my bias. Okay, cool. Everything's all set up. You said, oh, XAU said, hello, Tim. Good morning. Good morning, XAU. He said, yeah, yeah, happy to be here. Just woke up a couple minutes ago. Yeah. Okay, cool. So on the daily, right? So starting on the daily, why I'm bullish, right? So we created this daily fair value gap right here, and we're respecting it right now. And like, yes, you could say there's this daily fair value gap over here that's bearish, and we technically never inverted it. But honestly, in my opinion, I feel like it's gonna get ran through if I had to guess. So we're reacting off this daily fair value gap right here. The 4 hour is actually pretty telling, honestly. So when you look at the 4 hour, right? So now that we've tapped into this daily fair value gap, we opened up this bearish 4 hour gap, and we now, like 2 candles later, just inverted it. So like pretty much the way I look, you said you planning buys. Yeah, I'm looking for buys. But so now that we've inverted this 4 hour gap, right? Honestly, the next clear draw, in my opinion, is this internal high up here. And neither NQ or ES has swept that high yet. So sometimes too, I feel like when ES takes it, I'm like, oh, we already took the draw. But it's not like either of them take it. You said it's nice that we took out London lows delivering from a 15 minute. Yeah, I like it because I feel like down here, like we're delivering from something. Because some days I look at like what we're delivering from, and like, oh, we're delivering from nothing. But I like the area we're delivering from. So I'll get rid of all these drawings to make it a little less confusing. Oh, so I guess we did open up this 5 minute down here. So yeah, there's this 5 minute gap right here. I mean, below that 5 minute though, there's this other 5 minute, but so pretty much I'm waiting for a clear reaction from either of these gaps right here, and then looking for like a lower time frame confirmation, like it inverse out of there. Yo, he said, "Yo, seeing you in a hoodie after so long." Yeah, well, normally on like Wednesday to Friday, I usually have work right after stream, so I usually just get my work clothes to be ready. I feel like I look more professional like that too. It's honestly a time saver though, because there definitely be some times where I literally get off stream and I'm literally running straight to work. I want to see us pull a little lower. I mean, I know ES, I'm pretty sure is already tapping into that gap. Yeah, ES is already tapping into this gap. Oh, cool, cool. Okay, so NQ tapped into that gap now too. It's kind of hard. It's going to be hard to get. I don't think I'm going to be able to get an entry off this, to be honest. Because if I were to take this, I'd be forced to take this 30-second up here. Which I feel like just structurally just isn't that clean. It's a very small gap, too. I don't think it's something I want to risk my money on, to be honest. I mean, this is honestly the only possible inversion I could take to the upside off this gap. You see the CME news thing was so crazy on Friday? Yeah, I wasn't even planning on trading, and then I saw that happen, and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not trading Friday. Because it's like, what, there's no London highs, there's no Asia highs. It's just we teleported to 8 a.m. in the morning when it came back on. I wish there was a 1 minute gap here. Because if there was a 1 minute gap, I feel like I'd consider taking that. There's not a 2 minute, yeah. I feel like this could definitely play out, but it's not something I'm willing to take, to be honest. I mean, nah, I shouldn't take that. You said you won't believe one of my friends who just got into trading trade Thanksgiving. I mean, honestly, I do believe it. I mean, I feel like once you first get into trading, it's almost like a gambling problem at first for some people, for most people, to be honest. I feel like so like this setup right here though, I feel like if there was a more clear SMT at these lows, I feel like maybe then I'd take it. Or like I don't know, just this gap, I feel like the combination of how small it is and like I don't know. But so this would be the entry if I were to have taken that. I'm not taking that. Something about it just tells me not to take this. Like me preferably, I feel like I'd want to see us resweep this low down here, and maybe I could get a reaction off that. That would honestly be something I'd be willing to take. I feel like a lot of times though, like if we open up this like tiny S 30-second over here, there's times where we just like invert it and then it means nothing, and we just go the opposite way. Because I feel like these 30-second gaps can just be like noise, if that makes sense. What is this risk to reward? You said if we're gonna run to Asia highs, I'm gonna look for some shorts. I, unless I'm bugging, I thought we took out Asia highs. Unless I'm bugging. I mean, yeah, isn't this Asia high over here? I thought. So this thing's probably gonna work out, to be honest. Oh, maybe not. Oh yeah, I'm glad I passed up on this trade. feel like in an ideal world, that if this trade was going to work out, this would not be happening right now. It could bounce back up though. Honestly, at this point though, if we come out and sweep out like this low down here on either NQ or ES, even if ES sweeps it, to be honest, that would be nice. Oh, it's coming right back up though. Yeah, this thing's probably gonna play out if it's gonna reject like that. You said, do you trade Top Step? Yeah, I trade Top Step. I actually have my here's my 3. You said, can you show to us, please? I mean, there's 3 express funded accounts. Oh, the calendar's empty for this month. Wow, it's running up. Oh. So if I were to have entered this trade, I would be going break even once we take this internal high up here. Honestly, even if this trade works out, I feel like I'm still kind of happy I passed up on it because I feel like this is just not, I don't know. This is not the type of price action I'm trying to see. I mean, we could be coming down and test this order block right here, but I feel like, in my opinion, the strongest part of an order block, like an order block is just like a down close candle before a push up, right? And I feel like the strongest part of an order block is just like whichever wick is closest to price, if that makes sense. You said I just bought 2 50K accounts on Black Friday, one from Alpha, one from Apex. Nice. Those 2 firms have very different rules, though. Wow, we're just chopping. You said how much combine account I can pay, what their limit? I mean, well, it depends if you want the activation fee or not, but the no activation fee, I want to say the 50K is like $89. I don't really know the price off the top of my head. I mean, it has all the prices on the website. You said I see you have 5 or 6 accounts. Can you buy 10? Nah, you can only have 5, but 3 of them are express funded accounts and the other 2 are combines I'm trying to pass. So I want to have 5 total. You know, if I was in this trade, I'd be bugging out right now. Maybe not. So I would have been break even there if I did take that. That's how much further it's got to go to get to 1-to-1. He said, thank you. Of course, New York. This thing probably would have break even me. Oh, yeah, I bet because of spread, too, I probably would have entered up there. Yeah, that thing would have break even me. So now, though, I feel like we have a bunch of stacked lows kind of formed over here. Like all these lows over here. I'm honestly still looking for the same thing. If we can come down and sweep out these lows over here and then get a reaction again, I feel like one of the reasons I wasn't too confident in that first trade, I mean, it was just a break even. It's not like it was a loss. But I feel like I feel like this 5 minutes kind of premium, right? Like you see, we pushed up all the way here, and this is like a very minor pullback. Like it'd be one thing I feel like if this 5 minute was here or like down here. You said $150 winning, so do you have to win $150 every 5 days? I mean, only for payout. That's like the qualification for payouts, $150 for 5 winning days. On the combine, you can pass in 2 days. And I know there's some people that do this. I'm not saying you should do this, but let's say you would be pay eligible. Like, let's say you're up 3K, but you only have 2 winning days. There's nothing saying you can't just trade, make $150 and just cut it for the day. If that makes sense. Because sometimes if I'm really close to payout and I need an extra day, like I'll risk like 200 to make 200, and if I lose, I just come back the next day. Because you got like a 50% chance of winning. So I'm liking that we're pushing down. Oh, I didn't see this. So ES took out that low. So there is an SMT at the low. So regardless if NQ takes out this low or not, I'm looking for a long, to be honest. And we open up this 1 minute gap right here. So to be honest, if we invert this 1 minute, this is actually something I'd be willing to take. Like this is a lot cleaner in my opinion. So what is this, like 33 points? Okay, so if this closes through this 1 minute gap, I'm taking this. So that's not a close to the gap just yet, but I'm just marking out right now. So my break even point honestly might get hit pretty quick. So there's a chance I might not be able to take this. We'll see. So I want to go break even when either NQ or ES takes that most recent internal high. And I'm pretty much I'll enter if this 1 minute gap gets inversed. And I'm just double checking. So there's not going to be a 2 minute or 3 minute. So this 1 minute is the highest time frame gap in this leg right now. So that's pretty much why I'm paying attention to 1 minute, not like any other time frame. It's the highest time frame gap. So 10 seconds till this candle closes. I mean, if it shoots up last second and closes through this 1 minute gap, I'll take this, but it did not do that. So, I mean, same story next candle, though. If we're going to close through this 1 minute and neither NQ or ES has taken that break even point, I'm going to enter this. So if this 1 minute candle closes through this gap, I'm going to take this. Oh, that's annoying. It didn't close through. If that candle closed a couple points higher, I would have taken that. You said tricky PA so far, IMO? Yeah, I mean, I waited till 10 a.m. But, I mean, since 10 a.m., it's just been shopping pretty much. So if this, honestly, if we close, you said, yeah, I have a small entry in long, but don't see myself waiting too much longer. Yeah, honestly, I really want to see this 1 minute get inverse like right now. Oh, so we tapped into it 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candle, 4 candle. This will be the 5th candle. I like to count when I take inverses. I like to see how many candles it takes until after, like from the point of us tapping into it until we invert it. So in this case, I feel like it's taking really long to invert this. So like I'm just liking this setup less and less as time goes on. We did put in another SNT. Yeah, so at this point though, I feel like this gap is taking forever to invert. So I feel like it'd be better at this point if we could resweep like these lows down here, and then I could take a long off that. I wonder, we probably open up an unfilled 15. Oh yeah, I really should pay attention to that. So there's an unfilled 15-minute gap right here. Honestly, I really think we got to rebalance the unfilled 15 to continue higher. You said stop got hit. Sorry to hear that. Ooh, so once we tap into this unfilled 15 though, I'm definitely looking for longs again. Right? So we tapped into this 15-minute gap. This 1 minute might suck though. There's probably no way I'm getting an entry on that. 2 minute? No, there's not going to be. So if we invert this 1 minute, I'll try this, but I feel like the chances of me not getting break even on this are kind of low. You said take any trades? Nah, not yet. I'm looking for longs right now, to be honest. So I mean, what I'm watching right now is like, so right now this 1 minute is the highest time frame gap in like this price leg right here. But we might open up this 2 minute in like a minute. The 2 minute might look a little cleaner, like mechanically. So I mentally took 2 trades at like 950. I drew up support and resistance, and it bounced where I thought it would. That's good. Said, man, this PA is so fried. I'm fed up. Yeah, right now it's honestly not the cleanest. There's definitely a chance it could start cleaning up soon, though. Because honestly, in my opinion, though, I feel like now that we've tapped into this 15-minute gap right here, in my opinion, honestly, this is a great condition. Because like, I was talking about like conditions, so I feel like if we're gonna respect this 15-minute gap right here, we're gonna remain bullish. But if we're gonna disrespect this 15-minute gap, I'm gonna start turning bearish. 30-minute. Might open the 30, but so we're probably gonna open this 2 minute though. So now I'm gonna be eyeing this 2 minute gap right here. Hmm. Interesting. He said, when I get home, I'm probably gonna grab an Alpha Futures account. I'll have to message you on IG about the app. It's the whole Project X thing. Yeah, I mean, you can use like the Project X app. You can use that until I think it's February 28th. But after February 28th, you pretty much gotta get moved to Tradeovate. But Tradeovate is honestly pretty easy to use because you can use it on Trading View. Like I don't know if you ever noticed, like I can probably show you. You see like on the bottom there's this trading panel, and then you can see that, right? And then here's trade of eight. So you could just come here, enter the credentials they give you, and literally just trade on the chart right here and just click buy and sell. Ooh, I would love for this 3 minute to open up, to be honest. Is this 3 minute not going to open up? He said, "Do you get a free Trading View subscription with Alpha Futures or Trade of Eight subscription?" I mean, they won't pay for your Trading View subscription. You got to pay that one yourself, but you don't have to pay. Well, I guess technically, you do have to pay. It's $7 a month for the CME data fees, which is not even like a. It's more like a CME thing. You have to pay for the data, but it just to trade on TradingView, it's $7 a month pretty much. But it's not like you have to double pay for TradingView or anything. Like if you paid already once, you're good. Hmm. So when we open up this 3 minute, which is currently the highest time frame in this leg I'm looking at, I feel like we tapped into it and we're immediately reacting off of it. So I mean, what I want to see is us like come back up right now and then just close through this gap. Which, I mean, I don't know if it's gonna happen, but starting to happen a little bit. We still have 2 minutes. So, I mean, if we close through this 3 minute gap without taking my break even point, I'll definitely take this long. You said, nah, I use the free charts 1 to 5, usually good for me, but Tradeovate, I was thinking might be a subscription if I use it early. No, I mean, I definitely used TradingView before. I mean, like when you are Tradeovate, it's not a subscription or anything. The only thing is, though, just to trade like on TradingView, you have to pay the $7 a month for the real time futures data. But you could trade if you're on a computer. There's like a Tradeovate like web client, if that makes sense, and you don't have to pay anything. You can use that one 100% for free. You can download the app, like I guess call it an app. I mean, whatever the program, Tradeovate. Hmm. So I mean, if in the next there's 50 seconds, if this candle wants to shoot up last second and close through this gap, I'll definitely take this long. Guess I'm not getting that. Um. Oh, what I'm paying attention to right now is I really want this 15-minute gap to hold. Because let's say if this gap were to not hold for some reason, I can't base trades off of it, but it's gonna hold, I think. Yeah, we did not close through that gap. Cool. I mean, the thing I was thinking about though is like, let's say if we're gonna close through this 15 minute, it's really not a good sign because I feel like if we're gonna remain bullish, we really should respect this 15 minute. I'm like yeah, we're opening up this 30 minute gap right here. Is this even a gap? Yeah, it is. But you said, how does the 50K account evaluation work? By the way, you get 3 contracts of 3 position size, like 3 shares of NQ. So it most of them have a thing called like a scaling plan or a scaling rule or something like that. So like they limit you to 3 contracts of NQ, but let's say you wanted to come over to like MNQ, which is the micro one, you could do up to like 30, for example. Because if you split up like one NQ contract, it's like 10 micros. And sometimes too, you gotta pay attention. I mean, it's pretty common where once you get to the funded account, sometimes they make you work up that position size too. So imagine like you get the funded account, and then like, oh well, you have to make $1,000 before you can use all 3 of those contracts. Like until then, you can use 2, if that makes sense. So it's looking like we're holding this gap so far. Internally, there is this little 1 minute right here I could take. I don't think I want to. Yeah, there's not an S&P at these lows. Mm. Because I'm looking at if we were to invert this 1 minute, right? I could just go break even at this high over here, but hmm. We're respecting this gap right now. Hey, Maury, how are you? Happy to see you here, bro. He said good vibes. Yeah, definitely good vibes, bro. Hmm. So I mean, we are pushing down deeper, though. I'm still looking for longs, but I always just double check that I didn't miss any gaps because I'm trying to take an inversion of the highest time frame thing here. So I'm just making sure I'm not missing any gaps. Hmm. He said, "Yo, what's up, Cab Trader? How are you, bro?" He said, "Looks like copied and pasted Twitch emote tags." I mean, yeah, I don't know how it looks on YouTube to be honest, but I have a bot that copies the chat between Twitch and YouTube. I don't think it works for TikTok though. You said good man chilling. It looks like a short type of market. Honestly, at this point, I might be starting to agree with you. Yeah, at first I was looking for longs off this 15-minute gap whenever this wants to load. But honestly, though, I feel like we're just running straight through this 15-minute gap and disrespecting it. So, like, it's not looking too bullish right now. This is some tricky price action, to be honest. There's like no gaps to take an inversion off of. So like let's say if I wanted to try to take some long off of here, like a close through there, there's no gaps. I mean, yeah, there is like this 1 minute right here, but I don't like that. This is definitely tricky to play right now. And I feel like there's all these stacked highs. Like I feel like if it is gonna start moving up now, I feel like there's all these stacked highs that could get ran, but are these exact equal lows? I didn't even notice that. I feel like if there was an inversion, well, like if we were delivering from a 5 minute gap right here, honestly, I'd consider shorts to these equal lows if we got a clear reaction out of it, but pretty much just waiting. I pretty much need more price action to form to actually like develop any bias. You said I don't know markets in chop zone now. Honestly, yeah, because I could see it going either way. Because like there's equal lows down here, and we're starting to trend to them now, but we're also building up all these stacked highs, and like there's a chance we could still hold this 15-minute gap right here. Like we push down hard, but we might just end up holding this gap. And I feel like if we're gonna hold this gap, we're probably gonna remain bullish, to be honest. Yeah, you said 15-minute gap is still valid for longs. That's pretty much the same thing I was just thinking. Because honestly, once it came down here, I thought, oh, it might get inversed, but it's probably not. Yeah, I just hate that. Like, I feel like the only gap in this price leg pretty much is like this 3 minute. And like, if you take a close of this 3 minute, like, where do I put my stop? It's a crazy size stop loss. And on top of that, where am I target? Well, honestly, I could see this high all the way up here being the target. So I guess today I'm okay with a large take profit. Hmm. I feel like if I take this, there's a high chance of me getting break even, but I feel like I'm still willing to take it, to be honest, if we invert through this 3 minute. Because this 3 minute is like the highest time frame gap in this leg right now. And we're delivering from this 15-minute gap with a very clear reaction. We get this huge wick, right? So I feel like we really came back down. Now we're going to start distributing back up. You said I took it, man. I'm long. Let's go. Good luck, bro. Me personally, I'm waiting for this 3 minute to close through, but there's a chance it might close through and just not give me an entry because it closes like all the way up here. Oh, thanks for the follow, Barefoot Burna. You said I was waiting for a 15-minute closure because this is a reversal candle. It cannot expand. Yeah, I mean I know the next 15-minute candle will open up in a couple minutes, like 3 minutes, I guess, or 4 minutes. You said next candle will be expansion. I could definitely see that. Yeah, but I mean, like right now we're holding this 3 minutes, so I'd wait until if the next candle is gonna close through this 3 minute, I would definitely take this. And at that point too, the next candle would be the opening of the next 15-minute candle. So this candle's gonna close in 2 minutes. So like if this candle closes through this 3 minute gap right here, I'm gonna try a long. And I would go break even. I put NR. I meant what am I typing up there? Break even. And I guess since there's an SMT at the high, I gotta go break even there on ES. But I definitely gotta pay attention to how this 15-minute candle closes. Because if it decides to be annoying and close this gap, I gotta reanalyze some things. You said I entered with 1 minute breaker. Good luck, bro. I hope it plays out. Honestly, I do really hope it plays out though, because that'll give me my entry. So this 15-minute gap is definitely gonna. Well, I shouldn't say definitely. I gotta wait a couple seconds. Yeah, it's gonna hold. So I'm not getting my entry just yet. We're still just kind of chopping around right now, but the 15-minute gap's holding, which is good. I've been trying to get a good entry for the past like 45 minutes. I feel like one that I have. I originally first started looking for longs because we opened up this 5-minute gap right here. Then once we trade into this 5-minute, this is not. Am I drawing this right? No, this 5-minute gap right here. So I feel like the second we tapped into that right there, I've been looking for long since like 10:05. But oh my god, I actually might get an entry finally. So if this 3-minute candle is gonna close to this gap, I'm gonna try this. I'll just go for 1-to-1, but and I feel like internally this might not look like the cleanest setup. Like I feel like you might look and be like that gap, that's a small gap. It's so far up in this leg. Like your break even point's not good. Your stop loss is huge. But like higher time frame though, I like the way this looks because like what 4 hour we inverted this 4 hour gap. We're reacting off this daily fair value gap. We're in bullish order flow, like higher time frame. Right on the 1 hour, we're in bullish structure at least right now. I'd say more like I feel like the 15-minute makes it a lot more clear, but wow. So we did not close to that 3-minute though. So I still have yet to take a long or even get an entry. And one thing I'm starting to not like about this 3-minute is I feel like it's just taking forever to inverse. Like we tapped into it once here, tapped into it again, tapped into it again, tapped into it again. It's like this gap is actually holding. Like and I feel like lower time frame, there's no entry to get in here. This is just chop right now. So honestly though, I feel like if the next candle wants to invert, I'm still willing to take this because like I know it is taking forever to invert, but if we do invert it, we're gonna have like this order block right here supporting us. There's kind of like this order block, and just like I said before, the higher time frame, I feel like the draw is clear higher time frame, at least to me. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of expected price action to be a little better than this today. I feel like we had like there's red folder news on a Monday. And I feel like Mondays can be like not the best days sometimes, but I feel like when there's red folder news, that can like give them volatility, make them better days. I could be jinxing myself. I mean, I might just get an entry right now, maybe. Ugh. Oh, Joseph said shorts or longs. I'm looking for a long right now. If we close through this 3-minute gap right here, I'm honestly gonna try market ordering a long. So like there's a minute to those candle closes. So honestly, if this candle right here, if it closes through, I'm gonna try a long. Ugh. Ugh. There's like 40 seconds till this candle closes. I really want to see this candle close strong though. 'Cause I feel like since it took forever, I want to see a strong candle close. So what is this? Like 20 seconds, 15 seconds. Yeah, so I mean, if this candle closes right where it's at right now, in the next like couple seconds, I'm gonna take this. Okay, so I'm in there. Oh my god, I just tried that in NQ by accident. I gotta go to MNQ. Dude, that just scared the shit out of me. Oh my god. Whew. I did not mean to enter that in the wrong one. So how bad? Oh, I'm only entered a couple points higher than I want to be. Well, nah. Well, my entry is actually up here. I'll show my. I mean, I'll just show my executions, but I want to get my take profit set. Wow, we're ripping right now. He said, "LOL." Oh my god. Yeah, I was trying to figure out though. Like, I pressed that button, and I was like, "Why am I up so much already?" And then I saw I was on NQ, not MNQ. Wow, I'm actually sweating. But I'll show my executions. I gotta do that. So I mean, once we take this internal high up here, I go break even. I'm just going for 1-to-1. I think, did we take the internal high already? Oh, we took it, yeah. So I'm break even right there. I'll put my break even where it should have been if I didn't enter funny. So hopefully, I'm hoping we just rip up though. No, I'll just put my break even there. I have issues, and I want my P&L calendar to be all green. So I mean, yeah, at this point though, I hope we can just keep ripping up to my take profit. That's ideal here. Oh, you said partials done at 1-to-5 RR? Nice. Good trade, bro. You said unfortunately it needs to dump a little to get break even. I wonder when you said that. I wasn't paying attention. I hope you said that kind of recently because it did not dump a little. Honestly, I feel like this is a good area to like have a take profit at. Because I feel like that would be once we tap into this like kind of order block mitigation zone up here. Like that's one of the first areas I could really see us reacting off of. Oh, you said going break even. If I was you, I would definitely be break even. I mean, I'm break even on my trade. So I'm like halfway to take profit. I like how I'm up 55 points, but I'm going for 90 points. I love that. You said the max we can go for the day is the open of the current candle. Do you mean like the open of the current daily candle? I mean, honestly, I think we're gonna go past the open of the daily candle. I could see maybe a reaction off that, but that's like an area TP at. But so this 5 minute right here, this 5 minute candle right here just closed. This is such a strong close. I love that. Really love that. I wonder, am I targeting past the high of this daily candle? No, I'm not. So many executions. I really like the way these candles are forming. That's the thing though. I feel like before, like I mean, I agree with whoever said it, but at the time, someone was saying like, "Oh, this price action's so bad down here." Like, yeah, I feel like price action can suck at times, and then like if you know the draw, it just randomly starts ripping to where it needs to go. Ooh, so we're breaking the high of this previous 5 minute candle. So hopefully we don't like react off that and start coming down. We just kind of push right through it. Honestly, I try not to stress myself out, but like microstructure, I call it, where like I'm in this trade, it meets my model. So like I feel like it's kind of fun to narrate sometimes and be like, oh, like if we sweep out this high, this might happen and this might happen. But like at the end of the day, though, like if my model presents itself, like I'm gonna hold that trade until it hits like break even, take profit, stop loss. Like even if in my mind I'm like, oh yeah, we're cooked. Like I'll still listen to my plan if that makes sense. I feel like it sounds stupid when you say it out loud, but like if you're a trader, you know. I need what 30 points from here. I think I got it. You said done for the day 2R. Good stuff, bro. Dude, you entered that 1 minute breaker like that was like a bottom tick. Like not actually a bottom tick, but like you know what I mean. Like that was good entry. Like you got in like all the way like pretty much down here, I think. Ugh. So I mean, even if this 5 minute candle doesn't close the best, we're still opening up this 5 minute gap, which I'm hoping will hold. Because I mean, pretty much this is the main thing protecting my stop loss. This 5 minute gap is going to open up. You said told you the next will expand open high close? Yeah. I'm so used to saying open low high close. Hi man, how are you? User 97 bunch of numbers. How are you doing, bro? Honestly, at this point too, I feel like I can't see myself taking any more trades today because I normally stop taking new entries at like 11:10, and I really I can't see any world where this thing stops me out at break even and I get a re-entry all before 11:10. Because I feel like once you start getting closer to that lunch hour though, I feel like the probabilities kind of start going down. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some days where you can hit a good trade at like 11:30, but I feel like there's just too many days where like we just start chopping around then. Oh, and while we're sitting here waiting, just so you guys know, Alpha Futures is still running their Black Friday sale. It's gonna end Tuesday at midnight, and it's 30% off all evaluations. So you get like 30% off all evaluations, unlimited uses. Just use discount code TIMB272. Honestly, I think it's a great sale. You can get the zero plan for the 50K is normally $99. So you can get it for like under $70 for 50K all in with like no activation fee. Honestly, I think it's a great deal. Like I took advantage myself. While this thing's consolidating though, I'll show you guys for the heck of it. I literally took an entry on NQ by accident. I sold 2 points higher, which made me $80 off 2 points. I was trying to do two MNQs. We were getting good displacement before. I mean, I feel like eventually, out of nowhere, we'll start shooting up again. You just never know when it's going to be. Yeah, we're shopping around the 1 minute right now. I really wouldn't be surprised if we're going to like chop around for a bit, sweep out all these lows, come into this 5 minute gap right here, and then react off that, then actually start going up. Like it could get left behind as like a breakaway gap and not get filled for now, but in case any of you guys aren't familiar with what a breakaway gap is, though, is like, let's say, like there's certain times in price where we get such momentum, like this first fair value gap down here that gets opened up, just won't get ever traded back into, and we just keep going up, and we might open up like another 5 minute gap, like up here, and that one actually kind of gets traded into. So that original one that never gets touched would be called like the breakaway gap. I'm not necessarily saying this is gonna be a breakaway gap, though. I mean, but if anything, I'd say it's more likely that we, just like we're doing right now, tap into it and start reacting out of it. So hopefully this 5 minute gap starts holding, because otherwise it's probably just gonna come and stop me out of break even. But it's whatever if it does. But honestly, and if I was not in this first trade, like if I was not in a position right now, honestly, I'd be considering taking like a. It's not even that clean, but like if we closed through this 1 minute, the thing I like is there's all these stacked highs, but at the same time though, I want to go break even once we take that high up there, and I feel like it's just not, the break even point's too close. Like you probably get your entry and it stop to break even like 5 seconds later. This thing is barreling toward my break even. So I wonder where is EQ with this 5 minute gap. So I mean maybe I feel like the last area I could see its bounce off of is equilibrium of this 5 minute gap right here, which we pretty much are tapping into right now. So unless we bounce up right now, I'm probably getting stopped to break even. Yeah, I'm probably cooked here. At least I locked in some profit from my taking a trade on NQ instead of MNQ. Come on, bounce up, Nasdaq. One thing I was mentally considering was, see how my entries kind of scuffed? I was thinking about making my break even like where the candle close would have been, but like I feel like if it's gonna come all the way down here, it's gonna stop me out of break even regardless. But I'm getting a little hopeful right now. Eh, maybe not. Nah, I'm cooked. Yeah, so that's a break even stop. I'm sure it would have stopped me at break even regardless. I just want to see it hit. Yeah, it would have stopped me at break even regardless. But I'll recap all the trades I took today. So break even day pretty much for me. I don't know why. I want to verify that. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I made the right decision. But so I'll move back to trading view to show you better. Cuz I would definitely. Oh, my chat froze. I just realized that. Did I miss anything? You said YM's holding the 15-minute gap they can dump. Oh, and Blason said you trade gold too. Nah, I only trade on NQ, but thanks for the follow, Blason. But here's trading view. So, oh, I love that. That would be funny if it reacts now. But let me move this over. So coming into the session, so I first started trading at 10 a.m. because I waited because there was red folder news coming out at 10 a.m. So where is 10 a.m.? 10 a.m. is right here. So honestly, I feel like that red folder news didn't do too much. I like to be cautious because, like, I mean, pretty much the combination of like prop firm rules say you can't trade red folder news, and like, excuse me. And also, there are definitely days though where red folder news drops, and it messes up whatever position I'm in. Like, I feel like the position could be running my way, and then like red folder news comes out and it just like liquidity sweeps has a huge wick the opposite way, right? So yeah, so pretty much from here, I first started out by looking for longs. So the reason I was bullish higher time frame was because so when we start on the daily, right? So on the daily, we've tapped into this fair value gap right here. And then we're reacting out of it. And then when you zoom in on the 4-hour, right? I feel like this is the really telling part right here. This 4-hour gap, we inverted it really quickly. So it's like we've tapped into this daily fair value gap and we've inverted this 4-hour. So it's like we're disrespecting bearish PD arrays and we're respecting bullish, right? So this is like my higher time frame bias. The 1-hour is not giving you too much. I feel like the 15-minute shows you a clear like change in the state delivery, right? We were trending down. Now we're putting in like higher highs and higher lows, right? Then from there, after this 10 a.m. news came out, I saw that we opened up. I have too many gaps here. So we opened up a 5-minute gap right after 10 a.m. So I was originally looking for a long out of this 5-minute gap right here that we opened up. So we tapped into it right around like here. And then I really couldn't find any good entries. There was this 30-second I was eyeing. I'm pretty sure it was right here. We closed through it here. I personally passed up on that trade because one, I feel like I would have liked if there was a clear SMT internally. I really didn't see any clear SMTs. And on top of that, if you look at like this whole move up right here, right? So as a whole, I feel like we're not rebalancing this range too much. Like there's just this random 5-minute gap up here, but I feel like it didn't pull back to equilibrium in this range. It's not like we're retesting this like mitigation zone over here. So I feel like I'm just not confident enough. I don't know. And something about it just kind of told me it's not high probability. Like the combination of it being a 30-second, the gap wasn't that big. I feel like all these things, I just didn't have a good feeling. And then, so I would have gone break even at this internal high up here. So it would have stopped me at break even. So it's not even like I missed out on a win. But I'd say I played that well. From there, I noticed we actually ended up opening up an unfilled 15-minute gap. So now, instead of basing a trade off of like a 5-minute gap, I can actually base a trade off of a 15-minute gap, right? So at first, I was starting to question my bias. I was like, we might be bearish when we were coming like all the way down here. But once we came back up and this 15-minute gap actually started holding, I'm like, you know what? If this 15-minute gap's going to hold, we're definitely remaining bullish. And like higher time frame, it's pretty obvious we're going bullish, right? So the thing that kind of tripped me up though was I was looking at this most recent price leg here, right? So we tapped into this 15-minute. Where do you take an inverse off of, right? So I saw there was this 3-minute gap, which was like right here. So structurally, I feel like this is not the best setup. Like one, my stop loss was like in the middle of nowhere. Like, don't get me wrong. I feel like there's all these people that are going to tell me like, yeah, you could have put your stop here and just went for a 1-to-1 and gotten TP hit. But me personally, I just like giving my stop like the full breathing room because there's definitely trades where it'll come back to this order block right here and it would have stopped me out. I mean, especially in this case with this big wick, I definitely could have put my stop here, but it's just not how my trading plan kind of goes. But I took this. I never got my 1-to-1, so I got stopped to break even on that. But essentially, I'm in this trade right here, right? We opened up this 15-minute gap, delivering from it very strongly. We inverted the highest time frame gap in this leg. So yeah, structurally, might not look the best, like this gap's not the biggest, right? It also took forever to invert. I was talking about that too. Like we tapped into it once here, tapped into it again, tapped into it again, tapped into it again. So it's like, why is it taking so many candles to invert? I feel like the strongest inverses are like, let's say if we form this gap and the following candle after it gets formed, then we invert it. Like those are really strong setups, to be honest. But Yeah, I feel like there's not too much to talk about today. Does anyone have any questions on anything I just said, or anything trading related, or anything at all? But yeah, I mean, break even day. In case you forgot, I'll show my P&L. I just had it up before, but yeah, there's my P&L. So I'm up $75, 92 cents. And honestly, the only reason I'm up a couple bucks is because I actually misentered on NQ and then closed and re-entered. And I was up a little bit. I'll call it break even though. I guess no one probably has any questions, but guys, don't forget Alpha Futures is still running that Black Friday deal. It's going to end Tuesday at midnight, so definitely take advantage. You can use discount code TIMB272. It's going to get you 30% off all evaluations, unlimited uses, and that zero plan, right, 50K all in, after my discount code is going to be under $70. That's an amazing value at a reputable prop firm. So honestly, I really think I should take advantage, but also join the free Discord in that pinned comment. It's also my profile. You said you were right on bias and entry, but waited for so long to enter that your RR sucks as the previous 15-minute candle already confirmed your reversal. You take entry on the next candle. I mean, yeah, me personally, I just wait for the highest time frame gap to get inverse in that leg. So I feel like down here, there was like this 1 minute inversion, but it didn't look that clean, to be honest. If this 1 minute inversion looked more clean, I would have tried taking a long down here, but I pretty much had to wait for that. Oh, I'm not even. You said, bro, same. I only hit 103 today. Oh yeah, I didn't even. I was trying to show you that. What I was saying before was this 1 minute gap down here. It's not that clean for me to take an inverse off of. But I do appreciate everyone stopping by. I'll be live again for the rest of the week. Tuesday is what, 9:30. Wednesday's 10. Thursday's 9:30, and then Friday is 10. You said because of that I've taken 1 minute breaker. Yeah, I mean, some people are discretionary. Me personally, I like to have my trades all look similar and base them off of like inversions. But I appreciate everyone stopping by. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Peace out.